Summer's a gift. The gift of days that last a little longer. A brighter state of mind. So gift yourself a new Kia at the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event. With specially tagged vehicles including the Sorrento, Sportage, Carnival, as well as the Niro Hybrid. All backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. So the gift of summer can keep on giving for summers to come. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Event ends 7/6/26. See dealer for warranty details.
Welcome to Secrets of a Sugar Daddy. Here's your host, Marcus.
Welcome to another episode of Secrets of a Sugar Daddy, the number one sugar dating podcast in the world, where we pull back the curtains on the good and the bad and the shocking stories of sugar dating. I'm not sure how long this episode is going to be because it is just me, but I've done some traveling and I've made some observations, and we're going to go over a few of those. Vegas has been an interesting place. I've been there a lot this summer. But before we get to that, Sugarpalooza 8, you got to come party with us. We've actually renamed it Duapalooza because we're bringing in a Dua Lipa tribute band, and you guys all know how much I love her music. I actually really love her too, but she doesn't pay any attention to me because she got married. So she's off the market, like I had a chance anyway. But you want to come check out the tribute band. July 17th through 19th, 2026, we are having a very exciting, phenomenal weekend that you don't want to miss. Applications are open on the website. Go to secretsofasugardaddy.com, click on the party tab. All the information is there. Just fill that out, and then we'll get back to you. I've already got the Airbnbs booked. We've got the party bus booked. We've got the venue booked. We got the band booked. Going to be some great food. All you can eat, all you can drink. A lot of fun. And then on Sunday, we're going to have a nice little brunch over at Trucker and Lily's place, and they are lovely people, and you definitely just want to hang out with them and in a casual environment, and we call it Decompress Sunday. And you'll really enjoy that too. So get your applications in. Men, we need a few more sponsors. Please. The party depends on you, and we'd really appreciate you coming and partaking in this. Even if you can't come, we'll still take your money, but and recognize you. But if you want to be a sponsor of the party, contact me at info@secretsofasugardaddy.com, or you can contact me on Instagram. A lot of people do that. Or you can go to our website. Lots of ways to get a hold of me. Now, even Patreon. Now, if you're a member of Patreon, we'd love to have you guys part of our Patreon family. It's a very strong, fun bunch. We've got a community chat there that gets very interesting. You get to hear all the episodes before anybody else. Lots of exclusive content. You'll get to see behind-the-scenes photos and videos, of course, with faces blurred, but you'll get to see all about the party. We don't post those on Instagram or anywhere else, only on our Patreon, and it's very cheap. We have a monthly tier that's as little as $15 a month, and that really helps support the show. It's very expensive to produce this free show for you, so I'd really appreciate if you joined our family, and then we have some coaching and profile reviews available there, so those options are at Patreon. All right, so it's just me today, and I just want to talk about some of the things in the sugar world that I've observed. So many of you know that I enjoy a good game of poker. Some people call it gambling. I call it a game of skill. But there is a little gamble to it because even with the best skill, somebody can still get the best of you. But anyway, so I've been playing in the World Series of Poker, which runs from late May till about mid-July. So like 7-8 weeks of poker tournaments. I think they've got 100 bracelet events and then a whole bunch of side events. So it's a lot of fun. I've done well in the past, and I have dreams of doing well. Like, you can enter a tournament on the weekends that as little as $400 or $500, and first prize is over $1 million. So it's a pretty good bang for your buck. You got to get through about 15 to 20,000 people to get that first prize, but hey, it's better chances of winning the lottery, and it's a lot of fun. So I go do that on the weekends. I work during the week and then drive up there. And a lot of times I'll go ahead and change my seeking profile location to Las Vegas. I'm still curious at the messages I get. So as I'm sitting at the poker table waiting for pocket aces, I get bored. And so I read messages, respond to messages, and I'm telling you what, there's anything and everything you want on seeking in Las Vegas. Obviously, there's some straight up prostitution going on, and I'm not here to judge what your intentions are, but if that's what you're looking for, it's there, it's available. And then there's people there that really have no clue on how the site works. A friend told them about it. They wanted to jump on and see what it's all about. And you're going to get those people too, and everything in between. I've met some really amazing, cool people on Seeking in Vegas on my travels, and one of them, we've stayed friends for many, many years. And she comes to the parties occasionally, and such a great gal. Alejandra loves her, which that is a bonus. So she's met this lady and just absolutely adores her and says, you know what? Anytime you want to go out with her in Vegas, you have my blessing. I mean, that's a wonderful, cool thing. And then there's a lot of times people will be in from out of town, and they're on Seeking in other cities, but then they'll change their location and they're like, hey, I just want somebody to hang out with, show me the town. That's the ones that I really look for. Now, unfortunately, I don't have time to do that when I'm playing poker tournaments because I don't know how long they'll last. Sometimes they go from 10 in the morning till 11 at night, and then I'm wiped out. I need to go back home and go to bed because maybe I made day 2 or 3 or whatever, right? But if I get knocked out early, sometimes I will look for somebody that wants just somebody to hang out with and show them town and go have fun and see the sights and do the things. And, I've been to concerts with people that I met on Seeking that were in from out of town in Las Vegas. One girl, I've talked about this in the past, but we ended up jumping off the side of the stratosphere. Now, I would have never done that, ever. I would have never even thought of doing that. But she was in town from Florida, and literally she had something in her profile about, hey, anybody want to show me around? And I said, yeah, I'm in town for the weekend. Oh, it was a funny thing too, because I had a date, but she got sick and went home. It really did get sick and went home. It wasn't because she was sick of me. I mean, we barely even went out, but we were having fun. We actually went to a Dua Lipa concert that weekend, and then she disappeared. We were on the floor, and then she disappeared, and then I went back to my hotel and I go, hey, what happened? She goes, oh my God, I have got so sick. I feel so bad and I'm sorry, but I'm going to go ahead and fly home because something's wrong and I am not feeling right. And sure enough, she did. So I had the rest of the weekend to find something to do. And I met this girl from Florida and we ended up hanging out. Went to the top of the stratosphere. We rode the rides. We rode the big shot, I think it was called, where it shoots you straight up in the sky from the very top of the stratosphere, which is quite an adrenaline rush. I think we did the other 2 rides there, and then we went down, buckled up, and jumped off the side of the stratosphere. I have video evidence of the encounter or of the event, and every now and then when it pops up on my memories, it's a fun memory. A lot of times that's a lot of fun too. But the reason I even bring up Vegas and Seeking is because, oh my God, you talk about sugar daddy, sugar baby encounters left and right. So here it is. My observations is here I am in the poker room, and some of these tournaments, they cost anywhere. I mean, the lowest ones are like $100 to $200, and they go up as high as $250,000. Just to enter a tournament. Obviously, those have very few people in those. A $250,000 seat tournament might only have 40 people in it, where a $500 tournament might have 15,000 people. But I will see really beautiful, fit women, almost model-like, and the guys that I see them with are not very handsome at all. Like, you would not put those two together. And they're usually older. And everybody knows, and we're all thinking, you're only with that guy because, he has money, he's a successful businessman, something, right? And sure enough, I played in the seniors event. It was a little bit higher buy-in than the normal one. And so I got to sit down with some really educated, successful men and talking about their businesses. And I'm telling you what, some of these guys were no lookers. They were 3s and 4s at best. And then when their wife or girlfriend would come up and talk to them, I'd be looking at them like, oh my God, how did you pull that one? Well, we all know how they pulled that one. Now, obviously, they've used their cheat code, which they've worked very hard for, and that's their success and their money. But then the girl's sticking around usually for more than just the money. She's gotten to know the guy personally in depth, and she actually likes him despite his lack of handsome looks, right? And a lot of these guys did. They had really good personalities, and they just, they're older. And as we get older, we kind of lose our hair. We lose our elasticity in our face and our arms. We start getting, we start looking old. Some people don't mind it, and some people, some younger girls don't find that attractive, and some I don't care, I love the distinguished look, but definitely it's just so funny because, they say, let's say that you are looking to buy a car, and we'll just use a Ford Explorer as one, and you drive it around and you buy a Ford Explorer, and then all of a sudden, it's really interesting how all of a sudden you start noticing every Ford Explorer on the roads and in the neighborhood, and they're everywhere. But before, you never even noticed it.
You're listening to Secrets of a Sugar Daddy.
Summer's a gift. The gift of days that last a little longer. A brighter state of mind. So gift yourself a new Kia at the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event. With specially tagged vehicles including the Sorento, Sportage, Carnival, as well as the Niro Hybrid. All backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. So the gift of summer can keep on giving for summers to come. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Event ends 7/6/26. See dealer for warranty details.
Now back to the show with your host, Marcus.
I rent a car to go to Vegas, and I've been renting this one. It's a Kia K4, a really nice car. I love this car. I would actually buy one personally, because it has all the safety features of my trip there. It pretty much drives itself once you put it on cruise control with the adaptive features where it keeps the car in front of you at a certain distance, and then it centers you in the lane. The steering wheel just kind of guides you right down the road. It's absolutely beautiful. It's not self-driving, but it's pretty close. Anyway, I have never noticed this car before I started renting it. I've rented the last 2 weekends and love the car. Now I look around, I see Kia 4s everywhere. Kia K4s everywhere. On the highway, in the parking lots, I see them everywhere, and I'd never noticed them before, ever. I had no reason to notice them. And it's kind of the same way with sugar daddies and sugar babies, because now, man, I notice them everywhere, and it's so predominant in Vegas. So I guess my lesson, my observation is, men, keep working hard, keep pursuing your dreams, and don't be afraid to use your cheap money as your peacock feathers to attract that special woman. And now that you got them in front of you, and you have the opportunity to see them and to date them and go out with them and get to know them, then you need to make sure you don't blow it. And we talk about that in so many episodes on how to treat a woman with respect and how to make her fall for you. But you got to get her interested at first, and that's good. Unfortunately, that's going to be your cheat code. And men without money are at a big disadvantage. I'm just telling you. And I had this feeling ever since I was very young in junior high that I need to work hard and make some money and be something and be successful so I could attract the kind of woman that I'm attracted to. And I just see it so much in Vegas. It's really funny. And then another little observation, Alejandra and I went to Thea, which is at the Global Ambassador. Beautiful rooftop restaurant. and I really like it. It's got a great atmosphere. It's a hot spot in town. I'm telling you what, it's a sugar daddy, sugar baby special there. I mean, again, as we were sitting there, she's pointing them out to me. She's like, hey, look at that couple. Look at that couple. Look at that couple over there. And I'm looking around, and it's age gap relationships left and right. Now, of course, we don't know where they met, but we can guess. A lot of them met online, and a lot of them probably met on a sugar daddy or sugar baby site, because some of the combinations that we saw, a woman is not swiping right on Bumble on this guy. It's just not happening. Yeah, and speaking of that, so here's another, going back to Vegas, sorry to jump around, but I still have Bumble. I still swipe right, like thousands of times, barely ever get a match. But in Vegas, I get a lot of matches, but men, those matches are prostitutes, I'm telling you. And again, hey, if that's what you're looking for, then you found them. But because they don't care what you look like, they don't really care how much money you have. They're not looking for a sugar relationship, most of them. They are just looking to get paid for sex. And, more power to you. And a lot of guys are like, hey, I'm fine with that. That's all I'm looking for. And, I'm not here to judge you. And even though I grew up religious, I'm still very spiritual. I don't know. I think what a man and a woman do behind closed doors and the exchange that they agree on is between them. And for some reason, I just don't find anything morally wrong with it. And I should, because I've been taught differently all my life. But to me, they're two consenting adults, and what two consenting adults do with each other, so be it, right? But anyway. But yeah, word of warning, men, if you get all kinds of matches on Bumble in Vegas or Hinge or whatever those are, 99% of them are going to start hitting you up for money, or how much will you pay me to come to your hotel room, basically. That's the experience I've had there with Bumble. And, I'll get a match and I'm like, oh, hey, this one's not bad. And I think pretty much 100% of the time, it's been just somebody looking to get paid for sex. So, hey, if that's what you're looking for, go to Bumble and you'll have really good odds of getting that done. But anyway, back to Thea at the Global Ambassador. Men and women, if you're looking for a hot spot in the Phoenix, Scottsdale area, that is definitely one I recommend. We like the Beverly Bar in Old Town Scottsdale. We like the W in Old Town Scottsdale. These are big sugar baby, sugar daddy hot spots. There's others. You've got Maple and Ash. You got Toca Madera. You got a lot of these. And there's some new ones. Probably Vanderpump up at the top of the Caesars Hotel that is right there at Fashion Square. Now, I know this means nothing to you guys, especially like my listeners in Slovakia and Australia. But if you're ever in the Phoenix area, and most of our listeners are in the U.S., these are great hotspots.
You're listening to Secrets of a Sugar Daddy.
Honey, I think we should have an open relationship.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Let's definitely do that.
With our cars.
Oh, flex car. Yeah, that's what I meant too.
FlexCar is the first and only month-to-month car lease. Swing from a Wrangler 1 month to a Prius the next. Or tap a Tacoma, no strings attached. With FlexCar, you can always swap them out for the newer model.
Love this SUV. Can't wait to show your best friend.
Daryl? Why?
No reason.
Here's to open relationships with cars. FlexCar, you drive everything.
Now back to the show with your host, Marcus.
It's so interesting looking at age gap relationships, and I almost forget that I'm in one, because Alejandra and I have been together for like 4 years. People just look at us as boyfriend-girlfriend now, but we are 29 years different. So I almost just don't even see the looks anymore. I used to, but I just don't even notice them anymore. I guess I've gotten jaded to it, or I just don't care. I don't give a fuck, right? It is what it is. I like her. She likes me. And that's all that's important. And you know what? It only matters to us. Like, we don't really care what other people think. It doesn't really matter, right? Once somebody's consenting age and it's not illegal, and it's nobody's business. Now, it does, we do judge naturally. If I see a 65-year-old with a 21-year-old, it just looks odd. And I know a girl, and we talk about her often, her husband looks like her grandfather. But she's madly in love with him and has great kids with him, and who cares what we think? Who cares what other people think? We've gone out to dinner with him, and we asked him, hey, do you guys get strange looks or comments? And yeah, I don't even know. We just, we don't even notice it because it doesn't matter to us. So that is just some observations that I've had recently. It's been pretty interesting. And then something else I want to talk about is I've talked about, I do have one other sugar baby. She's not my main one. And Alejandra wouldn't mind if she disappeared, but I do have one. And I enjoy the 2 or 3 hours that we're together once a week. But I just wanted to talk about some things that I've noticed there in that relationship is that now that we've been going out for 7 months, I think, it's coming up on 7 months, I've really noticed how more comfortable she is about talking about things, talking about family issues, other dates, past relationships, ex-husband, the kids, things like that. I remember at first, and man, you don't want to push sensitive subjects, but I kind of made a mistake even on our first date where I was just making conversation. I'm a curious person, so I'm just asking her basic questions, and we kind of got into her kids and, her baby daddy not providing. And so I started kind of diving in deeper to that, and she stopped me in the middle of it and goes, can we not talk about him? I'm like, oh yeah, sorry. Yeah. I just, you never know how sensitive that subject can be for some people. I mean, it kind of rips open some wounds and they're not real happy about it. And they're here to meet a new person. But now, here we are 7 months into it. She has no problem talking about it, talking about the court dates and the issues and how he's not providing and how he showed up to the graduation of the kids, although to a private school that she's been paying for, that he won't help pay for, blah, 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 right? Now I get to hear about all those issues. And I thought, wow, she's really loosened up and become comfortable around me. It's because I've made her feel safe and I've made her feel comfortable that where she can talk about these things and we can kind of get into some other subjects or other than just surface level. Now, I don't mind keeping things on surface level, and we're both in the mindset of we're protecting our heart because, I'm not falling in love with her. She's not falling in love with me. We really have this agreement of, you know what? Let's just enjoy our time together. And then we're not together. We live our separate lives. And that's exactly what we're doing. And I don't think Alejandra would allow that if it was any other way. And I keep having to assure her, look, because, obviously Alejandra's been here for 4 years and she wants to be number one, but it can kind of give some, somebody can get a little bit uneasy and start wondering where their place is or if they're trying to be replaced. She even mentioned her, I think you're trying to replace me. I'm like, no, I'm not at all, with Golfer Girl. But we have this nice little understanding and we do a lot of fun things when we're together. And then we're not. We completely live separate lives. And she goes out on dates and I go out on dates. And then sometimes we talk about those when we see each other again. It's very nice because I let her live her life. I'm not constantly texting her like the other guys are doing. I'm doing everything opposite that the other guys are doing. And I think she really, really appreciates that. So, man, I know it's counterintuitive, but if you meet somebody and you really like them and you start falling for them, I'm not saying I'm falling for her, but I'm just making an example. Just be different than the other guys. These beautiful young women have men falling all over them, trying to demand their time, pushy, getting upset that they're not texting them back immediately, getting upset that they're not always available. I don't do any of that stuff. Nothing. And it really works, and you're going to find that they're like, wow, this guy's different. He's not doing the things that all the other guys are doing. Now, I got a lot of this from Corey Wayne's book, 3% Man, and I talk about that book occasionally, and I recommend it. I do the Audible because I don't really have time to read, but I'm constantly driving around the valley, and if I have some time, I'll turn it on, and I like listening to it, even though I've probably listened to it 40 times. I'll turn it on again, and maybe something will hit me. Maybe he talks about a situation that I hadn't had before, and now all of a sudden I'm having this situation, and I'm like, oh, he did talk about this in that book. Oh, and here's how he recommends addressing that issue or responding to that issue or whatever. So, it's kind of like, my car example. You don't notice Kia K4 until you drive one, and then they're everywhere. I've never noticed them before. Maybe I've listened to his program or his book, and I never noticed this part because I really didn't have this issue. And then all of a sudden, this certain issue popped up, and I'm like, oh, there it is. He did talk about it, right? So now I'm more aware of it. But I highly recommend that because it's all about the 97% of the men are making these huge mistakes. And he teaches you how to be the 3% man that are not making these relationship mistakes. And this 3% of man that are attracting the women, and the 3% of the man that the women are falling for because they're doing these certain things. And it's not just one particular thing in one particular situation. It's not all black and white. It's very fluid. But you'll get the idea of what's going on with women and their mindset. And, I recommend the women listen to the book or read the book also. It's very good information. Now, he did get a lot of this information from Doc Love. So if you want the original source of a lot of this information, he kind of repackaged it. And Doc Love is one of the original pioneers of this information. You can find a lot of his stuff on YouTube. So I'd recommend him also. But, it's kind of like, I play golf, and there's things that I discover about my golf game that I try to teach other people. I didn't invent this stuff. Golf has been around a long time. People have talked about it. Teachers have talked about it. I just may talk about proper swing techniques in a different way. I may just look at it a little bit different or explain it a little different. Some people will get it, some people won't, right? So anyway, so that's Corey Wayne's book, 3% Man. I like the way he goes about and explains all the mistakes that the 97% of the men are making, because I was one of those, and I still am sometimes. It gets frustrating because, I'm not perfect by any means, but I'm better than I was, I'll tell you that. And I'm more knowledgeable than I was because I've done the work. I've studied, and I recommend that you study too. It won't hurt you, and it'll just make you a better dater, men and women, right?
You're listening to Secrets of a Sugar Daddy.
Honey, I think we should have an open relationship.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Let's definitely do that.
With our cars.
Oh, flex car. Yeah, that's what I meant too.
FlexCar is the first and only month-to-month car lease. Swing from a Wrangler 1 month to a Prius the next. Or tap a Tacoma, no strings attached. With FlexCar, you can always swap them out for the newer model.
Love this SUV. Can't wait to show your best friend.
Daryl? Why?
No reason.
Here's to open relationships with cars. FlexCar, you drive everything.
Now back to the show with your host, Marcus.
A couple things before I go. I do want to address some things about sugar dating and just some observations, some questions. Like, so does sugar dating succeed because the expectations in it are more clear? Well, yeah, absolutely. I've said this for the last few shows. I'm beginning to think that us sugar daters are the ones doing it right, and everybody else is doing it wrong. I matched a girl on Bumble, or no, it was Hinge. Oh my gosh, she was beautiful. She was 35, and we were going to meet. And then I'm not sure if I talked about this the last show or not, but we were going to meet, and then she said, "Hey, can I ask you some questions? Because you're quite a bit older than me." And I'm like, "I'm really not that much older. You're 35. I'm 58. Yeah, that's older, but I'm dating girls in their 20s, so I'm thinking she's older, right?" And by the time we went to ask each other questions, she had blocked me, and then she didn't end up not showing up for the date. So I think it's because I think she's looking for a relationship, and I had told her when she asked me questions, I said, "Sure, but just remember, we're just going to go out and meet each other, have a great time. hopefully get to know each other. And at the end of the day, you go your way, I go mine. And then if we had fun, let's do it again. And then I don't know, for some reason, a lot of people really like that analogy or like that thought or philosophy of what it is. But maybe it rubbed her wrong. And she's like, this guy's just looking to play and he's not looking for a relationship. Well, no, you shouldn't be looking for a relationship with anybody you meet. Not at the beginning. Now, obviously, they have to have potential for a relationship. Well, I mean, they don't even have to have potential. I actually like meeting people that I know I'll never get into a relationship with. And I do find that I learn something from everybody, and hopefully I can impart something on them. Hopefully it's mutual and beneficial for both of us. If you are looking for a relationship, obviously you got to be attracted to that person first and foremost. If you're not attracted to them, then it's going to be hard to find attraction. Women do find attraction with people that they're not initially attracted to, and that's the whole premise of sugar dating. We use that cheat code to let them get to know us, even if we're not that attractive. Men become more attractive when they stand on their wallet. It's just a fact. I'm sorry. It's funny because we'll say, well, how tall are you? Well, I'm 5'10", but 6'4" standing on my wallet, right? And it's just, just a way of saying, hey, you know what? I may not be a 10 or a 9 or an 8, but I can make it worth your while, right? And then all of a sudden they look at you in a different way. It's just a fact. It's just the way it is. Just like in Vegas, I could see that the really attractive women were attracted to success and wealth. It's just the way it is. And there's nothing wrong with it. Like, men should be wealthy. Men should succeed. If you're not wealthy, then I'm not sitting here to put you down. Like, I know I have family members who chose the teaching profession. Well, very few people become wealthy as a teacher. It's always been known as a very low-paying job, and a lot of teachers struggle. But that's the road that my family members chose. I mean, they could have chose to go into biology and become a doctor. They could have chosen to become an engineer. They could have chosen to do anything. This is a free country. You can choose whatever you want to do. But they chose to be a teacher, and they chose to go down a road with a very low salary and very little chance of becoming wealthy. I don't fault them for that. And they're happy. And if they're happy, I'm happy for them. But it's going to be a little more difficult for a woman to be attracted to somebody that really hasn't made very much money in their career, or maybe they don't have very much money. I'm just using that as an example. I know lots of teachers who make $500,000 a year in the university. So there are teaching professions that do make a lot of money. But for the most part, like a, 8th grade science teacher is not going to be making very much money. And if you chose that as your career, it's going to be more difficult for you to find the women that you're attracted to, because, men have a certain scale of beauty that they're attracted to. So they're going to have to settle for something less. And then now they're settling. If you don't have money, I'm not sitting here to judge you or tell you that you're a failure. You've chosen that path. I mean, there are millions and millions of ways to become wealthy in the U.S. And, part of it is showing up for what you say you're going to do, other people noticing that you are getting things done that you say you're going to do, and opportunities start getting thrown your way, whether it's a job with somebody's company, a promotion, all kinds of an investment opportunity. That's one of my biggest roads and paths to success, is actually showing up and doing what I say I'm going to do. Like, I have a bracelet that says show up. And, I need to get this made and hand one out to everybody at Sugarpalooza, because this means we have bracelets sometimes that we hand to our guests that have Sugarpalooza on them, but this one would mean a lot more to people, because it means a lot to me, and I don't think I'll ever take it off because it's such a big thing in life, and that is showing up for whatever you do. Showing up for the date, showing up for the job interview, showing up for your client, showing up for your friends, showing up on time for your golf match, whatever it may be. Show up. And then when you say you're going to do something, come through on your word. I mean, that's your promise. Even though, let's say you didn't promise somebody, let's say like, hey, dinner at 8 o'clock tonight at wherever, right? And then you don't show up at 8, right? You show up at 8:30. Well, now your credibility is starting to get shot. And people start looking at you like, yeah, that guy's, he says 8, but he's never there at 8. That's never a good reputation to have in life, in anything, right? So success starts there, and you know what it costs to show up? It costs nothing. You have to pay nothing to show up, right? And, my cleaner, I'll talk about my cleaner of my Airbnbs. She drives me absolutely crazy because she never shows up on time, and she always has an excuse for everything, like long excuses. I'm like, nobody can have this much crisis in their life. I am busier than anybody that I know. I am running multiple companies. I am running from job site to job site. I'm launching tech companies. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. But when I say I'm going to show up at 5 o'clock for something, I am there at 5 o'clock. Actually, I'm usually there about 4:45, 4:50. I cannot stand to be late because, first of all, it's an embarrassment to me. Like, I feel bad for being late, and I value other people's time. And there's people that just, they don't get that. And it's so important, just so important. So that is my rant about your pathway to being successful. And I'm not sure how the road I got to that point, because I've got this list in front of me about sugar dating, and the question was, does sugar dating succeed because expectations are clear? Yeah, absolutely. Expectations in sugar dating are so different than expectations on any other type of dating site, and I just absolutely love it. Are traditional relationships secretly transactional too? Yeah. When I was married, I mean, I pretty much had to bribe her to do anything I wanted, or she just wasn't very motivated to do a lot of the fun things that I wanted to do, and I would have to almost like, well, look, I'll take you out to that nice restaurant, or I'll get you that diamond ring that you've been wanting, or they're so transactional, and if you think otherwise, you're in for a big awakening. Is honesty the real reason sugar dating works? I love the honesty part of sugar dating, because I'll go out with somebody and they'll ask me a question. I have no reason to lie. No reason. If they don't like it, then we can move on, because dates are so easy to get while sugar dating. So easy. But if I'm trying to match somebody on Bumble, I'm going to probably tell them or shy away from honesty, because I don't want to scare them off, because it was so difficult getting a match, so difficult actually getting a date. And man, if I lose this one, it could be a long time before I get another one. Yeah, honesty is so refreshing in sugar dating. Are people more respectful when expectations are up front? 100%. Like a lot of times in when you meet somebody traditionally, you don't know where they're at. You don't know what their expectations are. Sometimes you're afraid to even go there because you don't want to scare them off. But in sugar dating, it's very easy, very common to talk about your expectations. Yeah, people are just more respectful. They want you to be very upfront. A lot of times in the profiles I read on the women, they're like, and don't be afraid to be upfront about what you want in your message, right? They'll say that. Why do some women feel emotionally safer in sugar relationships? Well, they feel safer because, again, you're both there for a reason, and they can become emotionally vulnerable with you because they're not looking to have a relationship with you. So it's safe. You're almost like their gay best friend with benefits, right? But what happens is over time, as you enjoy each other and you decide to do it again and again and again, then the feelings can grow, or they may never grow, and then you just may always be that friend with benefits. And that's still a beautiful thing. I have many past relationships that were just almost equal to friends with benefits. We were very friendly with each other. We're still friendly. We're still connected on social media. I could call them up anytime and say hi, and it wouldn't be weird. But we don't go out anymore. It just ended, and we went our separate ways. And we had a lot of fun sexually also. And we had a lot of fun non-sexually, just doing things. And we made a lot of great memories. So yeah, women can feel emotionally safer in sugar relationships. Can sugar dating actually reduce manipulation in games? Of course. Yeah, you don't have to play the game. There's a lot of games people play in traditional dating. I don't feel like I play those games because I don't have to. I don't have the scarcity mindset, and you shouldn't either, right? If there's not a lot of sugar babies in your area, you need to start searching out some of the bigger cities. I'm telling you what, in Scottsdale, Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona, all the cities around this metroplex, every now and then I'll just go swipe and look at the new people. It's unreal. It's just one beautiful woman after another. And it's kind of tough because you get enamored by the next shiny object. You're like, oh, that one looks nice. I wonder what kind of personality she has. Oh, man, she looks sexy. I'd love to meet her, blah, blah. And it's tough because it makes you lose focus. And because I have a really good one, right? Alejandra is fantastic. And Golfer Girl is great too. But there's so many beautiful sugar babies in Arizona. And the reason is because attractive women are attracted to successful men. That's it. Like, I'm sorry, but they're not dating the janitor of the school. It's just not happening. Again, no offense if you're a janitor of school, and I respect every person working, every person that has a job, every person that's making money, whatever it may be. Deep respect, but the really good-looking, fit women that you'd be proud to have as on your arm or with you at an event or a dinner or anything, or as your wife, they're going for the successful men, and it is what it is. I'm not here to apologize for it. It's just a fact of life. And finally, are sugar relationships becoming more mainstream because modern dating is failing? And I say, yes, it is. I really think that people are starting to see the benefits of sugar relationships. I'm starting to see more relationships actually forming from sugar dating relationships. I'm seeing more weddings happening from sugar dating relationships. I really, really am glad that I have found this lifestyle, and I've embraced it, and I hope that you can too. And I hope that your wallet holds up. That's the part. It's not cheap, and it's not for men that are making a little bit of money. Now, you can have, like Sugar Daddy Dwayne, we love him. He is not a wealthy man, but he has a sugar dating budget, which is fine. That's fine, and he is able to find dates to go on through these sugar dating sites. And Sugar Daddy Dwayne, as great as he is, he's not getting a lot of swipes on Bumble or Tinder or Hinge. He's just not. Just like me. And, I'm not getting a lot of swipes either. And I take care of myself. I work out. I keep myself trim. And I'm just not getting a lot of swipes. It's very, very difficult. So anyway, that's my rants for today, and I hope you enjoyed those and take them for what they're worth. I'm just one guy with an opinion, and that's what it is, but I appreciate you listening. And if you guys want to come to Sugarpalooza 8 and enjoy the Dua Lipa tribute band with me and all my friends and our new friends and our old friends, go to our website now at secretsofasugardaddy.com and fill out that application. And sponsors, we really, really need you. Contact me at info@secretsofasugardaddy.com. A lot of guys, I've had a few guys like, hey, I want to see the girls coming before I sign up as a sponsor. Well, I get it. I would want, a lot of attractive women there too if I'm coming. But I promise you, despite what you see on the roster, you're going to make friendships with people that are going to last the rest of your life. You're going to make connections with at least 1 or 2 or 3 people that's going to last the rest of your life. The most friendly, open, loving people that you're ever going to meet, other sugar daddies that you're going to meet. You never know what kind of connection you're going to make with them, business-wise, friendship-wise. You never know. So don't be so shallow and just say, well, I want to see the quality of the women that's coming. I'm telling you, the quality of women is all over the board, and I think they're all beautiful in their own way. But what you find beautiful, it might be different than what I find beautiful, but I'm telling you, they all got hearts of gold, and you're going to really, really enjoy the company of everybody at the party. And this is, it's not a hookup party. It's not a party where, a lot of things are going to go down. This is a party. It's just a celebration of the podcast, celebration of the lifestyle, celebration of our friends that we've made throughout the years to come together for a weekend of fun and just enjoy each other's time. And then at the end of the party, you go your way, we go ours. And if we had fun, let's do it again, right? Let's just do it again. All right. We'd love to hear your crazy sugar dating stories, so get in touch with me at secretsofasugardaddy.com, Instagram, wherever you can find me, Patreon. And until next week, talk to you later. Bye.
Thanks for joining us. If you'd like to connect or even be on the show, we'd love to hear from you at secretsofasugardaddy.com.
Summer's a gift. The gift of days that last a little longer. A brighter state of mind. So gift yourself a new Kia at the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event. With specially tagged vehicles including the Sorento, Sportage, Carnival, as well as the Niro Hybrid. All backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. So the gift of summer can keep on giving for summers to come. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Event ends 7/6/26. See dealer for warranty details.